It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Welcome to The New Next, a podcast that addresses current events and how they will impact the future.
I don't know what to say. And then I've seen some videos of basically they're out of fighting age men, essentially there. Mm-hmm. So they've sent out units to basically go kidnap people and force them to the front lines.
Oh, wow.
So it's very sad. Ukraine people are 100% correct that neo-Nazism is very rampant there. But there's a lot of wonderful, beautiful people there too. And it's a really complicated history. When it was the Kievan Rus area, it goes back to those days when Kievan Rus had all its issues back in the day. It's fighting over the same points, the same locations, and it's very interesting. One, I'd say extremely exciting thing for me is Ursula von der Leyen, she's the current EU president. She was, I can never pronounce her last name, but she's part of the Albrecht family. She's currently the president of the EU, a very brilliant woman that I've always looked up to. And she worked for another brilliant woman that I've always looked up to, Angela Merkel. And you can't win it all on policy. And it's complicated. But I have to believe, I don't know. But basically where I was going with this is she had removed herself from consideration to be the NATO head, and she changed her mind, and now she's taking over, I think, in October of 2024. She's a former Minister of Defense for Germany, was in there from 2013 to 2019, and became the president of the European Commission in 2019. But before that, a lot of her experience and a lot of her platform is on youth development. And it just, let's get on here. So she was Minister of Family Affairs and Youth from 2005 to 2009. She was Minister of Labor and Social Affairs from 2009 to 2013. And then she went into Minister of Defense. So I am very hopeful that in the coming years, the money that's really brought into the military-industrial complex, as you would say, is allocated more to training people in defense than just this pure killing stuff. Because just alone from this Ukraine war, you're going to have hundreds of thousands of people with traumatic war trauma from actually being shot or being in the war, that are going to have that feeling of safety back in themselves for Europe to be a whole country. So having someone, in my opinion, like this heading into NATO, someone that's been in the process of reforming armed forces before and has also worked towards a European army, I think it's probably potentially one of the most important, or it could always turn out bad, but I believe it's potentially one of the most important potential decisions if she goes that peace route and education route. It's in her background and her experience, and she's also from the Albrecht family. So she's got a long lineage of public service, and people trust her. And she's got West German, Brussels, and Russian lineage. And in Europe and in certain circles here, lineage matters a lot. And I don't personally give a fuck about lineage, frankly, because I technically have really good lineage, but my lineage has been also associated with a lot of very horrible things. And I think I don't know how to say this. I think she was a member of the party, or some of the parties, and maybe her parents, that were really, really focused on never having Nazism happen again.
Right.
And maybe I could use like a personal experience. I went on a road trip years ago with my friend Felix, Madalena, and Peter. And we went basically along Western France. And when we got down to Normandy, we were standing at the American Memorial where they had a lot of the burials there. We were looking over the water, and Felix apologized to us for Germany's role in the war. And I was like, oh no, dude, it's okay. But I did appreciate it, because I think, for me, I've had to acknowledge both the shitty stuff that I've done, but also the cycles that I've perpetrated in different ways that have cycled through my family. And
right.
I think people talk about breaking cycles, and I know that's been possible in my life, and I've seen it happen in so many other people's lives. But I hope she's the one to do it. Besides that, she shares my birthday. We were both born on October 8th, so she must be a beautiful person. But I've never met her, but her family, the Albrecht family, are one of the most famous families in the world. So a lot of people know my family too, the DeWitts, but we have nothing on her. So she's someone that I look up to, and I really appreciate that people that I care about are in her orbit. And I don't know. Maybe I'm just being an idiot, but I have a lot of hope.
If you would like to learn more about the New Next podcast, find us at thenewnextpodcast.com, where you can suggest a topic you would like for us to cover. If you enjoyed what you heard, share the podcast, tell a friend about it, or rate us with 5 stars.